Yer was good, my babies. You like the look. It's very much giving Afro-Latina Princess Leia on the ones and twos, right? Anyway, Shorty does not have all the time in the world to record this. I'm actually a little bit on a time constraint. So let me do how I do when I do what I do with the quickness. I'm so happy to join back into the YouTube universe to give you this 411 on what's going on this week. Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, what's good? I'm your girl Tatianna Tarot. You can catch me here every Monday, giving you the ones and twos on what you need to know about this week ahead in my tarot energy forecast, where I utilize tarot, oracle cards on my channel. I do all that razzle dazzle shit to give you the insight on what you need to know for this week. Really quick. If you guys have been interested in learning directly from me, learning akashic records, doing timeline jumping, doing a lot of subtle energy healing, learning divination, practicing your skills. If you don't have skills and you want to get skills and you want to learn more about your ancestry and all of that jazz and spirit communication, I basically run a Black Hogwarts online, and it is called Possess Your Spirit membership. This month, for the month of June, I am offering 20% off of the membership for 3 consecutive months. So you get that bulk 20% off using the code word HOTSUMMA. That's HOTSUMMA. HOTSUMMA. Plug it into the checkout box, in the code in the checkout box, and you will get that 20% off this month. Run, don't walk, get it. Classes will be resuming real soon. I am finishing up with my 6-week Beyond the Veil course, and so I can't wait to jump back into the membership and offer new services for you guys there. But if you join now, there's a bunch of stuff that's in there. It's full of abundant classes, meditations, tutorials, so on and so forth, including a 10-video class on the energetics of opulence, where I teach you directly how to clear your blocks when it comes to locking in abundance, ease, and clearing out struggle in your energy field, baby. Because it's 2023, we need to stop. So if you want to learn about all that, you want to take those classes and more, join the membership. The link is below. Don't forget the code HOTSUMMA, HOTSUMMA. Okay, for this month only. Go run and tell your friends. Go share, like, and subscribe. And let's get into it. So this video is for the week of June 5th all the way to the June 11th. Oh my God, we're almost getting into the middle of June. I can't believe it. Summer is almost here. I can't wait. And so let me give you the insight on what we can expect for Monday, June 5th, and Tuesday, June 6th. Okay, Great Spirit, what do they need to know for June 5th and June 6th? And as per usual, I am using my Rider-Waite standard deck in conjunction with this is very much something. This is what? The Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland, a nomadic, a Romani deck from Etsy, the standard decks, and the herbal astrology, because one of y'all was like, it's okay, I like when you read for 8 hours at the end of the video. And I was like, okay, it's a little lot, but I will do it for you guys. So let's see, Great Spirit, what are we getting for Monday and Tuesday of this week, the 5th and 6th of June? What is it that people need to know and hear and understand? And of course, if you're watching this, hit the like button. But also know that this information may apply for you for the week ahead. It may apply for the month ahead. It may apply for the year ahead. So take what you need, leave the rest. All right, this is not a very one and done reading. It's very flexible. So what we got the 9 of Wands, and we've got the 8 of Swords. So let's start with the 9 of Wands, because it's giving apprehension. 9 of Wands is a card of resistance. I mean, just look at the stance of our homeboy over here, who looks like he's been through trials and tribulations of life. I mean, he's got a bandage over his head. He's looking over his shoulder. He's very skeptical. He doesn't know what's around the corner. And so this may be attributing to some of our energies this coming week, where it's very much, some of us may be suspicious. Some of us, like I mentioned before, the week prior, it's been an interesting week of kind of expecting the unexpected, welcoming in all of the abundance and the fruit of our labors that we've worked towards, and just being in a space of receptivity, but also just coming out of feeling like we've done so much and we're beaten up and we're exhausted and we need to rest. The Nine of Wands is interesting because it does give a hint of suspicion. It does give a hint of paranoia. And so what this is communicating is kind of going back into our energetic fields and getting a sense of what stories, what old programming, what past lives or situations that we've uploaded into our system and we believe to still be true is no longer truth, is no longer applicable to the people that we are now, to the identity that we're shifting into, to the role and the purpose we have chosen to serve in this lifetime. What I mean by that is, usually with the Nine of Wands, it's this sense of something that we do not want is going to surface up as a reality. Something that we may have already gone through may repeat itself, right? It's almost like a karmic expectation of the worst case scenario. And this is not necessarily validating that. It's not necessarily pointing out that this is to be true or it's the truth. It is almost a warning. It's almost like Spirit is saying, heads up, check your field, check your computer programming, check your, like if you're a big computer, check the programming and the operating system, because it's outdated and it's running on stories and energies that no longer apply to the here and now. And that may mean like, oh, if you've been hurt in a circumstance, if you've been abused at work and career, if you've been going through the trials and tribulations in a relationship, if you've been expecting the worst in a situation, you need to check the conditioning of that. You need to check why you're still aligning with that sort of identity and you're still expecting that to show up in your field, in your everyday life. You need to understand who you got that from, where you learned that from, where and why you accepted that as truth, and why is it still running prevalent in your whole aura, right? With the Nine of Wands, it's almost like check yourself lest you wreck yourself, because you don't want to create a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're too powerful. Some of you may be running on autopilot. As I mentioned the week prior, you may not even realize that this is the sort of story that you're playing out. This is the sort of energy that's playing out subconsciously, you know. And it may be true. It may be that you have gone through a lot of stuff. It may be that you have suffered and you have struggled. That doesn't necessarily mean that that is something that is going to persist, that that is something that is a constant, that that is something that is a permanent fixture in your reality. Rather than that being the case, Spirit is saying, whoa, check the storyline, check the brakes, stop the brakes. Check what's going on in the mechanism of your field. Check what's going on in your computer programming. Again, I love to relate that, to use that metaphor, because Spirit is like, it's time for an upgrade. It's time to switch the storylines. The storyline has run stale. And also check your nervous system, because your nervous system may be highly deregulated, highly out of alignment because of whatever it is that you've just gotten out of and gone through. It may be time for you to check a mental health specialist. It may be time for you to get alternative therapy, other means of therapy, divinatory session, African traditional healing session, spiritual technology, getting into that, studying that, applying that in your day-to-day life. Stepping up your self-care game, stepping up the need for therapy. Okay, something, maybe supplements, maybe working out so that the extra energy that is stored in your body and is stale has an outlet to be released in, right? Because we're also getting the Eight of Swords. So it's almost as if you don't even see that you're running on this old story. You don't even realize it. You're waking up, you're groggy, your body's funky, your energy's funky, you're really missing out on the sweeter things of life that are here to be claimed by you and that are here especially for you, but your mind shut down. Your body's shut down and your soul's trying to point you in the right direction. But I have a feeling for a lot of you guys, you have not been on the upkeep of your cleansing, your self-care. You have not been easeful and soft with yourself, right? It's almost like a bitterness that's arising here. So they certainly, Spirit certainly suggest that you work with the element of water, water spirits, water elementals, drinking a lot of pure water, eating lots of fresh fruit, eating lots of sweet things, you know, smoothie bowls, fresh juices, clear water that is infused and charged with prayer and intention. Maybe even doing like a liquid detox for a day or two, eating lighter if possible, or just being more mindful with the fuel that you are charging your body with. And certainly getting an outsider's perspective, maybe a friend that is near and dear to you. Maybe you have to journal. Maybe journaling would be very good as a self-reflective tool. Anything that induces introspection and self-reflection is really valuable for you at this time. Slowing down the brakes. There is a need to continue with slowing it down. Make it honey. Make your life honey. Make your days honey. Make your breaths honey. Make your movements honey. Make your thoughts honey. Make your intentions and your emotions honey. You know, really really milk out the sweetness in your life, because you need a lot of it at this time. And this isn't so much so, oh my God, I'm broken, I gotta fix it. It's more like Spirit just wants to bring this to your attention. There is a virus in your computer system that is going to keep on sending you this code that's not working, that's gonna keep on having you operate in a very outdated way. And that's what your Spirit keeps on talking about. So you need to change the program. You need a change of pace. You need a change of perspective. You need a change in your routine. You need to up the sweetness. You need to be out with nature. You need to be out playing with the elementals. You need to be out and free. This talks about freedom. This talks about play. It's almost like too much work, too much struggle, too much in one possibility when there's a numerous amount of possibilities that you're not crediting and you're not seeing and you're not counting, because you're not in the field and the paradigm of play. I hope this makes sense to you, because a lot of you guys are getting this wisdom card, which shows me that you actually know better. You know what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm talking about. You can sense it. You feel it in your soul, yet you've been neglecting that wisdom. Maybe because a lot of us, when we receive intuitive promptings, when we receive intuitive information, when we receive guidance, it's so simplistic, it's so straightforward, it's so like trite, so to speak, that we don't take it as something that we need to do. We don't take it serious, right? If Spirit literally says, sit your ass down and drink a cup of milk, that's the guidance that you're getting. We don't know what that's going to lead to, but you should probably pay attention to that if it feels aligned, if it resonates with you, right? Don't just overlook it because it's something so silly, so simplistic, and so like what? Like, some of us are not going to get a crazy download, right? Some of us will work up to that later. You know, the miracles are in the small things. You know, the blessings are in the little things. The portals are in the smallest aspects, are in the most minute areas of life, right? And so it's almost like Spirit is talking about, there are portals everywhere. You keep on missing it because you're looking at one way of how reality is instead of how reality can be, should be, or will be for you. This is really giving think big. This is really giving invoke imagination. So whatever it is that you feel called to do this week, in the perspective weeks, invoke a lot of imagination, whether it's drawing, coloring, playing, going camping, going swimming, doing something that your inner child loves to do that you stopped doing, booking a cooking class, booking a pottery class, going out with your friends, you know, having a divination day with all your sister girlfriends. Be like, let's go to so-and-so's house, we'll buy some wine, everybody pull out their cards. With something silly and fun and light is what Spirit is saying, okay, for Monday and Tuesday. And yeah, it's giving really mentally drained, emotionally drained, and both cards, look, it's giving sadness, right? And so it's important to be one with the sadness. It's important to fully feel the sadness. We don't want to push this away. We don't want to neglect it. We don't want to ignore it. But we also want to make sure and check ourselves that, okay, what is this teaching us? What is the origin of this sadness? What is the root of this? Is this actually mine? Does this belong to somebody else? Am I guilting myself or feeling shameful about something that's not necessarily my story? You know, whose story is running this and why did this happen? What's going on? What do I need? What does my inner child need now for balance and recalibration? And so these are some important questions you should be asking yourself, and all the while being gentle and easeful while unlayering and unpackaging the condition that you're in at this present time. So let's get into Wednesday the 7th and Thursday the 8th. Wednesday the 7th and Thursday the 8th, Great Spirit. What are we picking up energetically? What is the message here? Oh, what are we getting? Okay, we have an interesting week because this week said, I don't know what the new moon brought, what the full moon brought you, because we just recently had, I think it was yesterday, a full moon in Sagittarius. And so that could have been very eye-awakening and secrets revealed for a lot of people. We are getting the 7 of Swords, and that is a card of secrecy. That is a card of sneakiness. That is a card of disingenuous energy and sloppiness. So it is saying a numerous amount of things. Okay, Great Spirit, center of the week. What are we getting? With the 7 of Swords, it's like, the 7 of Swords is be mindful of who you have around your circle. Especially if you're feeling funky already and you're unprogramming a lot of these stories and you're checking your computer system and you're like, oh, I still got Windows 1998 uploaded, and while I'm trying to upload 2023, whatever, you got to ask yourself, who around my sphere of influence is currently influencing me in a way that's steering me off course? It may not even be intentional. It may be that that person has a lot of things going on, and you know, your aura's leaking out. You're picking up, you're very sensitive. You're picking up on other people's things. There's no sort of energetic boundaries or discernments. There's no sort of a proper cleansing protocol or checking in. You know, so on and so forth. And so with the 7 of Swords, Spirit wants you to pay attention. Somebody could be really ciphering your energy at this time. They could be maybe trauma dumping or just emotionally dumping, always complaining, always whining, always something, projecting energy at you. If you guys are very heavily active on social media, you know, people could be lurking on your page, sending you things, or you could be really absorbing things from other people, especially if you just engage in media in general, not just social media. You know, the news that you watch, the storylines, the conspiracy theories. The 7 of Swords is saying you're carrying a lot of things that aren't necessarily yours, and you're not entirely minding your business. And so what that could mean is, from a literal standpoint or an energetic standpoint, some of you guys may be tied in the past. You may be thinking of someone of your past. You may be thinking of a situation from your past you haven't moved on from. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. You could be assessing and comparing things from the past. You could be still dealing with something that you thought you've cut the cords on, and you still feel like that energy field of that other person is still lingering on, right? Could be a lot of things, but I get sloppiness from the 7 of Swords, you know, and pay attention to, you know, it could be a time, especially at the 6-month mark. We're at the 6-month mark for 2023. It calls for another self-evaluation. Where are you? Where do you want to be? Where do you lie with finances? Where do you lie with self-care? Where do you lie with mental health? Where do you lie with your spirituality? Where do you lie with family and relationships? So on and so forth. Where do you lie with fun and creativity? Where do you lie with pleasure? And where do you want to be? And who and what are the things around you that are influencing those sectors of your life? And how are they influencing it? Is this for the better? Is this for the worse? It may be a time for you to do this evaluation as you get evaluated in corporate jobs once a year or every 6 months. Do evaluation on your life, okay? Do I need to unfollow this page? Do I need to cut back on this? Do I want to read 20 minutes a day? Do I want to pray 5 minutes a day? Do I want to do ancestral veneration an hour a week? Do I want to do yoga? Do I want to work out 5 to 10 minutes a day? Do I want to eat better? Do I want to work on my communication skills in relationships? Do I want to just put myself out there? Do I want to take this a little bit more serious? Do I want to try and heal my family dynamic? Whatever it is, it's time to figure. This is almost like shady energy, questionable energy. It's not always that somebody's talking about you, somebody's doing something behind your back, although this could be the case with this card. This is more like you need to step up in terms of responsibility and accountability with your own energetic field, with your own life. You can't just be blaming people. You can't just let people do all the willy-nilly. You got to be very secure, very clear on what you want, what you expect, what you demand from life, what you demand from your spirits, what you demand from other people, what you demand and expect from yourself. A lot of this has to deal with self-respect. So you can't just be carrying other people's things, and you can't just allow yourself to be readily available and accessible to everybody. You have to be almost very sacred. You have to see your own value, and you have to really communicate that value, right? This is a time for solitude. This is a time for maybe going into your akashic records, doing akashic record work, working with specific spirits that you have in your team to help you uncord stuff, to help you clear energetic contracts, to help you rewrite new contracts if you're not done with a person or a situation, or rewrite the way that you're going to learn a lesson because the way that you're learning it is not serving you, or end things if need be, or end habits, or end woe is me type of mindset that some of you guys have. It's like some of you guys really need to step away from the distractions right before summer starts to really fill your own cup, to make sure that your cup is overflowing in order for you to have the fuel to do what needs to be done, all right, to come correct. Some of you guys are doing things in a very inefficient way and you're not paying attention. You're very ungrounded. All right, so whatever it takes for you to get grounded, whether it's subtle energy techniques, whether it's playing with the elementals, being on, being grounded with the earth, really participating with the earth, or being grounded in other elements. Sometimes earth isn't enough. Sometimes you have to be grounded by higher realms, right? Whatever that is for you, you need to figure that out, because a lot of grounding and presence is required at this time. The presence of your own self, the presence of your own spirit, the presence of your own ori, the presence of your own consciousness. You need to pay attention to that. And some of you are flocking your wings, paying attention to other things that is none of your business, handling other people's things, solving other people's problems, and spirit is like, you signed up for so much shit that you need to focus on for yourself. You want to do this, you have these you have these goals. And that's another thing that spirit is saying, is that some of you guys are not even aware of your own accomplishments. You're not even bigging yourself up. There's like a cord between the way that you're showing up and the way you truly are as a spirit. There's a division, is what I mean by that. And so spirit is like, you need to pause, stop the brakes, let everybody handle their own stuff, because everybody's here on their own mission. You really need to focus on you. You need to focus on cleaning up and sweeping away your aura, sweeping away anybody that does not deserve you, that is not contributing value into your life. Be clear on what you want from X, Y, and Z, what you want and demand from yourself too. But also do things in an efficient way. Like, some of you guys need to ask for help. Some of you guys you are slowing your own progress. You're slowing that abundance bag. You're slowing that love bag by trying to figure everything out yourself, or just assuming that it's not even hyper independence. It's just thinking that things need to be harder than what they really are. And again, this calls for a visitation to the energetics of opulence on my membership. HOTSUMMA, 20% off the 3 months. Okay, because it's like, you are really trying to move forward. You're already in the position to move forward, and yet something is holding you back, whether it's energy, whether it's thoughts, whether it's other spirits, whether it's the past, whether it's you being nosy, whether it's you not paying attention. It is really blocking you. And as a result, your own intuition and your psychic gifts could be blocked. Okay? If somebody else's energy is all up in your field, how are you going to be clear on what's yours and what's another person's? Okay? So let's get into this. Any further clarity on this, Great Spirit? Deception and envy. Some of you guys need to take that spirit bath. Some of you guys need to employ your guides, your ancestors. You know, maybe some of you guys are so excited you're telling people things you shouldn't be telling them about. Even if it's the smallest thing, like, oh, my intentions are to do this, or I'm going to do that. Don't tell your dad and that's it. Don't tell nobody else until it's done, one and done. Because some of y'all got ops that you're not even paying attention to, but they paying attention to you. And it's not even obvious ops. Like, oh my God, someone that is high-key jealous and like just really wants you to stumble away from the bag. It could just be people that don't want to even take any accountability or responsibility on their own life, so they expect you to feel sorry for them, or they're subconsciously siphoning your energy, or they're manipulating you in some way, or they're gaslighting you in some way, you're not even realizing it. That could just be another form of self-sabotage, another form of deception and envy. Really check your sources. Your vision is not clear, your intuition is not clear, and that calls for a spiritual bath. It calls for self-elevation. It calls for you to mind your business, drink your water, pray to your Ori, get out of your own way, journal, process, strip, wear white, strip, cleanse. A cleansing routine, 7 days. Let's get into it right before the summer starts, because the summer solstice is what, on the 21st? Spirit wants you to get correct, come correct. Get rid of the old season shit. What did you learn this past season? What did you learn? Let's take the lessons, let's take the blessings, and let's leave the dead leaves on the ground. Don't bring them into the summer. What's the summer going to do with dead leaves when we got fruit, fresh fruit hanging from the trees that you can enjoy, the juice? Like, what do you can't do that with a pile of dead leaves? That don't make sense. It's in another season. So Spirit is like, come on now. Can't nobody come with you this season that ain't coming correct in their own lives. Some of y'all can't see that. So, and this also Spirit is saying, some of y'all got to be assholes this new season, okay? You got to be like, I am for me, and I choose me, and I'm about me. And if you feel bad about it, then that's on you. You know, there's a way to say things. There's a way to end things. There's a way to shift and pivot things. You don't have to be an asshole. You can be very tactful about it. I'm not saying be a deliberate asshole, but it means be a little bit, there's more fortitude in your energy. There's more conviction. There's more like, I'm not going to bend. I said what I said. Respectfully, you can accept it. If you don't accept it, okay, the door is right there. But I'm going to do me, and I'm going to thrive. And I don't have the space and the bandwidth, the threshold to be carrying anybody else's shit. Okay, I'm on a mission. And so that is the sort of trajectory Spirit wants you to be on. Is just put yourself first. You are the throne. You are the source. You are the emblem. You're the king. You're the queen. You're the royalty. And to be acting and conducting yourself as such. So this weekend, Thursday, lies, Friday the 9th, Saturday the 10th, and Sunday, June 11th, the 9th, the 10th, and 11th. Great Spirit, what is for us? What is the info for us? Oh, glory be to God. Honey, I was worried there for a second. I was like, Lord, don't give us any more struggle. Tap. Okay, so we're getting the 10 of cups. The Ten of Cups, that means that there's a cookout in your near future, okay? Is it going to be a cookout in your near future? And that you should be inviting me or sending me a virtual plate. And you think I'm joking with you, but I'm not. Nah, the Ten of Cups is really interesting. It is a high ancestral card. Look at that. This just flew out. God's protected. You are protected. Okay, you are protected. So everything that I just said about the beginning of the week, in the middle of the week, you shouldn't be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Do the most. No, slow it down, cool it down, sip a little tea or something, eat a little edible, whatever is your liking, and just assess what's going on, okay? Have office hours with yourself. Just be real with your evaluation. Be like, this bitch has to go. She's not performing. She's not contributing to the team's vision, and she's got to go. Whatever it is it just let it be easeful, let it be gentle, let it be sweet, but also be real with yourself, okay? You are protected, you are infinitely loved, you're blessed, and you're favored. That card wouldn't have flown out if it wasn't for somebody that's freaking out behind the scenes. I'm talking to you. Don't freak out. This is juicy, this is Gucci, you're good to go. The Ten of Cups is saying you've got the help from your ancestors. You got the help from family members, whether you know it or not, that have passed, that may have been through the same situation that you have, or may have some direct insight or downloads for you. This could even be spirit guides that are coming out of the woodworks that you're not very keen on, spirit guides that you didn't know you had in your pantheon of spirit support that are really here to see you thrive. And I actually do see you thriving at the other end of the other side of this week, okay? So this week, whatever it is that the full moon is bringing us, it usually brings us a little razzle dazzle that we didn't expect. Dazzle razzle, more like it. We're clearing that away, okay? You definitely have a lot of support. Like, spirit is here to support you. So if you're like, I don't have this resource and I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that, send out a clear bat signal. Send out a clear back signal, whether you just want to write it into existence, you want to speak it into existence, you're going to put it in your phone as notes. What is it that you need? Send me that, please, because I need it. Be real specific. It will be sent to you. It will be given to you. What is firmly assured is that you will be taken on for a ride. You will not be the same. You will not be the same energetically. You will not be the same emotionally. You will not be the same spiritually. The Six of Swords ensures that. The Six of Swords is quite literally a transition. It could be a literal transition, like it's time for you to take a trip to integrate all of this that has happened. So if you guys are like, I want to take a trip, or I've been feeling like I needed to do this and I want to do that and the energies are right, go ahead and book that trip. Go ahead and book that vacation. Go ahead and book that move, okay? Because I think it is going to be almost like the cherry on top of a journey that you just completed, which we spoke about lightly in the prior week, right? But I think this is really hitting the nail on the head with what we can expect with this journey and the work that we need to do in order to solidify that. I really do feel that if you guys, some of you guys may be going through grief, right? It could be a literal transition of death, something that is happening in your life. And if that is the case, you know, the spirit in the after realm is very happy. It's almost showing an elevated spirit, a happy spirit, like a spirit that can help you now, that is more, ¿cómo se dice? Como disponible. How do you say it in English? They have more ashe, they have more energy, they're more better positioned to help you in this lifetime from the other realm. So if that's happening to you on a personal note, just know that they're good, they're happy, they're Gucci, they're happy, they're good. You talk to them, they'll help you. You know, if it's not quite literal a death or transition, it could just be something emotionally that feels like a grieving process. You could just be grieving, really, like maybe even feeling things from a past life that don't pertain to you in this particular paradigm, this timeline, but you still very much feel it. And so be easy on yourself. Know that you are loved. Know that you are surrounded by love, okay? Because I think a lot of us could feel very lonely, particularly times as such. Know that you have God's protection. Know that you can always call on Source, and that you are Source, and that you hold the power, and that you need to remind yourself to use that power responsibly, wisely, but also playfully. Okay, I think the ancestors want you to play at the end of this week. Like, throw yourself a little celebration. Go out, go to a cookout, go to a beach club, go to a party, go to a pool, go do something. Very much do something fun for yourself. Okay, I do get a sense that as we ease up on into the center of this month, moving towards summer, hot summer, okay, that you are going to be feeling energetically lighter, that you're going to be feeling more free, that you're going to be feeling like, oh, I went through all of this shit so that I can lead others in doing the same for themselves in whatever predicament that you're in. So this is ultimately serving a higher vision for yourself, which you may not necessarily see at this time, but I think the vision will clarify as we go further into June and to 2023. Okay, be around water. I think water is good. Oh, my back, Jesus. Okay, so Great Spirit, what else? Okay, this flew out. So what is this? New beginnings, like I mentioned. It's a new beginning on the horizon. You really need to shed what is asking to be shed right this time, or understand what is now surfacing up on an emotional level to be shed, to be released, or to be acknowledged. Sometimes it's nothing that you need to do. It's more like, how do I cope with this emotion, and how do I integrate it so that it's not like, oh, it's here, I feel these feelings, and then I'm on to the next one. Like, I'm not even processing it. Some of you really need to sit and process with this download. You know, you just don't leave your computer on all the time. You got to turn it off so that the computer sleeps. Same with you. You need to figure out what is going to reboot your system, what is going to refresh your spirit, what is going to nourish your spirit, what is going to support you with this new system you have, with this new way of being. And that is going to be extremely helpful for you. Everything, it's all different for every person. So it's Great Spirit, what is the final message for the whole week using the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck? What is the final message? What is the final say? Here, let's get into the 5-hour reading. Okay, we got 3 cards. I'm going to pull the center one. And this is hibiscus. Sorrel, baby. Drink some sorrel and send me some. Okay? Now, I think we actually got some in Bali. So, this is hibiscus, and the word is joy. Upright is nectar, grace, sensuality, beauty, divine feminine, nurturing, creativity, and abundance. In ancient Egypt, hibiscus tea, or carcade, was commonly used to lower body temperature as a diuretic and to treat heart and nerve diseases. In Africa, it was used as a gastrointestinal healer, as it helped with constipation and liver support. In Hindu mythology, hibiscus is closely associated with the goddess Kali, the dark goddess of death, time, and change, which is something that we're all working on right at this time. Red hibiscus flowers are often presented as offerings to Kali, representing divine consciousness. In Mexico and Central America, it's called Flor de Jamaica because it's from Jamaica, and has been used to make healing juices for hundreds of years. Primarily used as a tea in poultices, hibiscus has been used in beauty rituals, particularly as a face wash. Get up on it. I use hibiscus in a lot of my beautification rituals and spiritual baths. So after y'all do your cleansings, whatever way you want to do your cleansings, whether it's through meditation, akashic records, water, spiritual bath, or whatever, take yourself a nice beautification spiritual bath. Okay, I got a recipe up on my YouTube channel, love bath, sensual love bath. It's not just for romance, it's loving yourself up, so go check that out. Hibiscus is used there. Okay, but it's been used as a face wash as it nourishes and tightens the skin. In Central American, midwives have used it during birth and post-birth to tighten the uterus and to assist with excess bleeding. They should have told me that shit. Due to its astringent properties and pulp of the leaves, it helps to heal wounds and incisions. Hibiscus is ruled by Venus. It embodies the power of the divine feminine, grace, beauty, creativity, and harmony. Venusian herbs are those that tone the cardiovascular system, reproductive system, the blood, the kidneys, the thyroids, and the parathyroid. Hibiscus dissolves blockages in the first and second energetic centers. It's talking about the chakras, okay? Opening the channels at the base of the spine, the reproductive centers, and the lower back. So pay attention, especially those that do work with me in the Possess Your Spirit membership. You know we do a lot of cleansing, clearing, programming, all that fun stuff. This is food for thought. So the guidance in this card is, you are the essence of grace, that which binds the universe into form. You hold and cradle life. You are the nurturer. Your presence brings renewal and joy to others. Express your creativity to keep attracting this colorful energy back to you. Like I said, be creative, be playful. Spirit keeps on saying that. Like the hummingbird, you are a creature of nectar, a conduit of divine love and joy. Reversed, hummingbird may represent the inability to see the many blessings. You know, I said what I said, and I keep on saying what I say. And this is just reiterating all of that stuff, okay? Represent the inability to see the many blessings you have been given. Don't shy away from your powers. You are worthy of it all. Can I get a repeat? Don't shy away from your powers. You are worthy of it all. Follow the dance of the hummingbird. Journey into your sadness. Listen, okay? And know that this pain is just a thread within the fabric of joy. Amen. Ashe, namaste, baby. Give it away, honey. I said what I said as I'm saying it, okay? And I'm just going to leave you with that sermon. If you guys want to work with me and continue on your healing journey, or do it in your own unique way, I support that. But I also implore you to join my Possess Your Spirit membership. Again, the June offering is 20% off of your first 3 months as a new subscriber using the code HOTSUMMA. All right, HOTSUMMA, 20% off. Check out code down below. Let us have fun. Let us heal. Let us rejoice. Let's be joyful. Let's be beautiful. Let's be creators up in this bitch, okay? I love you so much. I'm going to see you next week. You're going to get the tarot scopes real soon. I keep on saying that, but it's going to happen. All right, sending y'all all the love. Ciao. Bacalao. I'll see y'all soon.